Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to lend my support to Budget 2026 and to indicate that my admiration and respect for the Honorable Minister of Finance has significantly grown. And I would like to extend congratulations to the team at the Ministry of Finance and all of our public servants that work with the various ministries to produce such a fantastic budget. Mr. Speaker, I know we have a lot of newcomers in the National Assembly, so I will use the opportunity to probably advise of how you should proceed. The honorable member spent quite a number of time arguing about oil money. I would like to direct him to page 3 of the estimates, which clearly outlines out of the $1.558 trillion, the non-tax revenue is a total of $580 billion. Non-tax revenue is $580 billion, which is just about 1/3. In non-tax revenue, Natural Resources Fund withdrawal is $495 billion. That's the total amount of oil money that is financing this budget. Please rewrite your written statements and let your consultants do better. Secondly, the Honorable Member, Mr. Jordan, seems to think that he has a hold on the term putting people first. But I would like to remind him, where in 1990 and 1992, President J.D. Jagan used terms like the new global human order, people-centered budgets, global humanism, development with equality. These were concepts in the PPPC long before 2025 manifesto of the APNU. And by the way, Mr. Speaker, while they might be thinking they have a hole in this term putting people first, Governor Bill Clinton and Senator Al Gore in their 1992 election campaign was putting people first. And Mr. Speaker, I will spend some time this afternoon showing the people of Guyana how we are putting people first. And I want to indicate very clearly that in this budget, people must read this, and they must also study the numbers here. But I noticed some people have not been able to read their budget because they said they didn't have enough time. But Mr. Speaker, Budget 2026, rightly teamed, putting people first, is a strong expression of the One Guyana philosophy, which recognizes that true national progress must uplift all citizens. It is a social contract of inclusion, and this budget intentionally directs resources towards the everyday needs of the working families, small businesses, farmers, public servants, and communities. Budget 2026, Honorable Member, increases access to world-class healthcare facilities. Budget 2026 improves access to education from nursery to university. It enhances social services. I'll tell you how it's helping just now. We'll go to the numbers. And invests in physical and digital infrastructure that links rural and coastal communities. Mr. Speaker, the honorable member just said that it sounds like a Granger plan. Isn't there a reason why 42 people are sitting on this side and 29 is sitting on that side? There must be a reason why 42 members are occupying government benches and 29 are occupying opposition benches. You know why? It wasn't left up to some group to decide who has the legitimacy to govern and decide Guyana's future. The people of Guyana spoke decisively in September and said Team PVPC must continue to modernize and transform Guyana. So, this budget balances growth with fairness and opportunities with inclusion. Budget 2026 unlocks a new transformative growth, and it continues to build out of a Guyana where every person, regardless of race, religion, gender, age, status, wealth or not, political affiliation, they can partake in the nation's successes. This is a well thought out, people-oriented, pro-poor, service-oriented, development-focused budget with an aim to achieve a united and prosperous Guyana. This budget does that. The honorable member not so long ago said that people need stable jobs. And I'm going to address it. Since 2020 to now, the PVPC has created more than 100,000 jobs. Unmatched! And is he not aware that there's a shortage of labor all over this country? Isn't he a part of a conversation at the national level where we will have to discuss about how we deal with migrants who come into Guyana to work because there's a real shortage of labor in Guyana? Well, then if he's not part of that conversation, he should not be in this house. Let's talk about where the money is going and who will benefit, and let us see if we are putting people first. Education, 183 billion, putting people first. Health, 161 billion, putting people first. Water, 21.6 billion, putting people first. Sanitation and waste management, 7.9 billion, putting people first. Children, women, and the elderly, 78.3 billion, putting people first. Amerindian development, 7.5 billion, putting people first. Agriculture and food security, 113.2 billion, putting people first. Transformational infrastructure, 119.4 billion, putting people first. Transport infrastructure, 196.1 billion, putting people first. Listen to who's going to get the benefits. Every family that gets a newborn baby continues to get 100,000 at the time of work. 206,000 children in private and public schools will get their cash grant of $85,000, putting people first. 106,100 pensioners will get their increased pension, putting people first. 25,000 persons will benefit from public assistance. 70,000 public servants will benefit with an increased wage bill from 147 billion to 177 billion. It's in your document. It's in your document that you didn't read. Teachers, doctors, nurses, other professionals in the public sector, person living with disabilities, villages and riverine communities, Amerindians, the creative industry, single parents, farmers and agro-processors, fisher folk, tour guides and other tourism professionals, miners, young professionals, and thousands of men and women in uniform will benefit because we put people first. So let me tell you who's benefiting. Pathway workers, CSOs, community policing groups will all benefit from a 25% increase in their stipends, putting people first. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Public Works has been allocated $227 billion in Budget 2026, with a capital expenditure of $212 billion. And this represents about 27% of the total capital budget, or the PSIP, which is $779 billion. What will we be doing with this money? Because we hear that people are complaining how the budget is heavy on infrastructure. It is because they don't take the time to link how infrastructural development will benefit the individual. Ask all the people of Region 3 who travel to Georgetown to work on a daily basis how $260 million on the new Barajagio-Demerara River Bridge has transformed their lives. Ask the people of Diamond and those who will go further up how the new Heroes Highway has transformed their lives and how they could get to work and back home and get their children to school early. Ask the people who use the Ogle-Eccles interlink that is now moving on to Providence with a direct link to the Barajagio-Demerara River Bridge, how investment in infrastructure is making a difference in their lives. Mr. Speaker, I heard the honorable member who spoke at first said, I heard the honorable minister who spoke first said that the people in the street do not accept this budget. I don't know which Guyana he's living in. Mr. Speaker, as the Minister of Public Works, in 4 days, I visited Region 10 and had 5 engagements. I went to Region 6 and had 13 engagements. I went to Region 1 and had engagements in Matthews Ridge, Port Kaituma, Mabaruma, and Maruka. I went to Georgetown on Saturday, Starbrook Market, the avenues, all over the place. Had breakfast, had lunch, had dinner with people. Mr. Speaker, people are happy. The only people who are not happy are the people who told us that they will form the next government, but there are now 12 seats in the National Assembly. That is the same people who used to stand up and says, it's only a matter of time and we will be over there. Their numbers have been now cut to 12 and they're still not happy. Sooner or later, 0. But I want you to listen to what groups and organizations has to say about the budget. The Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana says, they laud this budget, following policy and fiscal measures that will have immediate and tangible benefits for the tourism operators. The removal of all duties and taxes on all-terrain vehicles, strengthening the adventure tourism sector, the removal of the 14-day residency requirement for destination weddings, unlocking Guyana's potential in this rapidly growing niche tourism market. The removal of corporate tax on agriculture and agro-processing, reinforcing agritourism value chain. The Amerindians of Guyana, the legitimately elected National Two-Shows Council, not NGOs who are financed and have influence, the elected officials of the Amerindians. This is what they have to say. Budget 2026 demonstrates a deep understanding of the unique challenges faced by hinterland and riverine communities and responds with targeted investments aimed at improving quality of life, expanding opportunities, and strengthening community resilience. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce, I ain't gone to the big private sector, these are the small businesses, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Budget 2026 is anticipated to have a transformational effect on the playing field for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Listen to what the footballers say. And the Honorable Member Solomon should be happy to hear this. The allocation of $6 billion for the sports sector is transformational, and it sends a strong signal about the value the government places on youth development, healthy lifestyles, national pride, and social cohesion through sports. That is what the people are saying about the budget. The Ghana Bodybuilding Association, they said, the significant investment will undoubtedly elevate all sporting disciplines across Guyana and enhance the quality of life for our athletes, and providing the essential resources to achieve their goals more effectively. Mr. Speaker, who are the people that we have to continue to work with? I want to tell you that the support that Budget 2026 lends to transport, you can get your time. You can get your time. And I will take Mr. Andrews' time because he couldn't finish his time. Yes, Budget 2026 supports transport infrastructure, and it responds to the various challenges that exist. The 450,000 Guyanese who use our steamers, tell them Budget 2025 has nothing in store for them. Tell the people of Region 1 who is about to get a second roll-on ferry that Budget 2026 has nothing for them. Tell the people of Region 2 who is now experiencing a brand new ferry, the Kanawuruk 1899, that Budget 2026 has nothing for them. Tell the farmers and the rice millers who move their paddy free on transport and harvest facilities. Tell them that the budget has nothing for them, because we were able to keep them at competitive prices. The Minister of Agriculture made the intervention, and the rice farmers and the paddy growers, they all benefit and will continue to benefit. Mr. Chairman, I would want to talk about decentralized, diversified development across all the regions. Mr. Speaker, in all regions, regions 1 to 10, in region 1, a 4,000 feet airstrip, mirroring Ogle. And just the other day while we were there, some of the aviators wrote and said 4,200 will be the ideal. And believe you me, we will put on the additional 200 feet to ensure that we have a airstrip and an aerodrome at Matthews Ridge that will make the difference. Yes. When we build airstrips, we bring down the cost of living for the people in the area. But you see, you will not know that. You will not know that. Because when we bring down the cost of transporting food, it means that the cost of living in the area goes down. When we put more ferries, we bring down the cost of shipping cargo and ensure that food is available to those regions, and we could get their products to the market to enhance their economic advancement. Mr. Speaker, apart from what will happen in terms of transport infrastructure, there's a building of new schools at Kobana. There's a new school being built at Kobana. There's a regional hospital that is being built. We just heard 550-something doctors at Diamond. You ask a question and then you are embarrassed with the answer. In region number 2, the construction of the Cotton Field Secondary, construction of a nursing school and dormitory, construction of a nursery school and training center, construction of a pump station, a charity, and a brand new charity wharf that is under construction. Region number 2, tell the people Budget 2026 has nothing for them. For years they long, and believe it or not, a new 4-lane highway is getting ready from Supernam to Charity in region number 2. In region 3, we are continuing the road from Schoonard to Parika. We are continuing the road from Parika to Goshen. We are continuing the link from Sand Hills to Tamiri. This morning I met with the task force. We are moving segments of the Demerara River Bridge to go to Sand Hills to connect to Miri, and it will be a smoothest transfer where the people will come from Falmouth all the way into Bartica, reducing travel time and increasing the possibilities of economic development in region number 7. You want to hear what Public Works is doing? In region 3, the Neem Secondary School, the West Demerara Regional Hospital. In region number 4, Georgetown is going to look its best. The Minister of Local Government and Regional Development will speak a lot more about that. But look and see the enhancement that is taking place in Georgetown. And I invite the opposition, the 16 and the 12, and the 1, all of you must stand up in this house and say if we want Georgetown to look different or we want it the way you left it. Oh, so you're admitting that you're part of the problem. In region number 5 and in region number 6, putting in the hope-like structures to ensure proper drainage and irrigation. And by the way, Honorable Member Mr. Vince Roy Jordan, Your new 4-lane road from the Mahaika Bridge to the Abari Bridge is in the works, and we will continue with phase 2 from the Abari all the way to Rossignol. That is what the PPPC is doing, putting people first. In Region 6, building out of the new 4-lane Palmyra to Molson Creek Road, expanding the farm-to-market access from El Dorado, going all the way down, linking Molson Creek with Oriala, linking Oriala and Siparuta, linking Oriala with Kokwani. Oh, who is going to benefit? The people who live there. We are putting people first. In Region 7, the construction of the Philippi Secondary School, the Joala Secondary School, the construction of the Bartica Regional Hospital, the new wharf that has been commissioned in Bartica, and the acquisition of a new vessel, roll-on, roll-off type, to get to region number 7, replacing some of the 40-plus-year-old vessels that are there. You want to know what we are doing in Guyana? Listen, if you had read this book, you would have written differently, or you would have asked your speechwriters to cancel some paragraphs that are not relevant. Region number 8, the construction of the 𝐃𝐄𝐁 Regional Hospital, the construction of the Copenhagen Secondary School, the construction of Monkey Mountain Secondary School. We put people first. We'll be putting in the link, just like we did from Georgetown all the way through to Lethem, with the building of the 45 bridges, from Karasabai all the way into Monkey Mountain. Yes, 29 bridges will be built and the road will be upgraded, linking Region 9 and Region number 8. We put people first. You want to talk about development, coastland and hinterland? Listen to what the PPPC is doing, and then you'll get a blueprint. Region number 9, the construction of the Lethem Regional Hospital, the construction of the Karasabai Secondary School, the improvements to the Karasabai Aerodrome. We've just completed a new aerodrome at Aishalton, and we are building out in the communities, improving people's lives. In Region 10, Honorable Member Mr. Solomon, the construction of the new Mackenzie-Risma Bridge, Budget 2026 provides for its completion. The completion of the Linden-Soesdijk Highway, Budget 2026 provides for it. The continuation of Phase 2 from Mabura Hill to Kurupakari is cleared for in the Budget 2026. The new bridge over the Kurupakari River is catered for in Budget 26. Provision is made for a new bridge across the Bobbies River in 2026, and provision is made for the construction of the bridge across the Quarantine River with Suriname in 2026. This is where the money is going, and we are putting people first. Mr. Chair, Mr. Speaker, you know, some people get excited and they say how the budget caters only for family, friends, and favorites. Just in one project, the $37.5 billion that is allocated for miscellaneous roads will continue to support the 4,523 contractors, 15 million and below, that absorb $50 billion of work in 2025. That's our record. So go and tell. And while the Honorable Mr. Solomon is seeking to be heard, out of the 665 contracts that were issued in Region 10, 97% has been completed, and the last 18 will be completed. Putting people first. Mr. Speaker, there are some other things that we need to deal with. Because some people would say, only $5,000 you're giving to the pensioners. And Mr. Speaker, I want all my respected elders to hear. Yes, this year you're getting an additional $5,000. But the money that you would have had to pay for your blood tests at the private lab, provision is being made in all the hospitals so that you don't have to pay for it. That is now free. The money that you used to have to go to the private pharmacy to buy your medication because of the availability of drugs, it's now available. The availability rate has been significantly increased and people are getting it. I want to tell all of the pensioners, cost of transportation. Listen, an average family will spend about $40,000 a month. A family of 4 on gasoline or fuel to go to work, to get your children to school, to pick up their children after school. Every time you buy gas at the pump, you are being subsidized by $500 per gallon. So it means that every household that got transportation and buying gasoline getting an additional $20,000 in subsidy.
Honorable Minister, additional is an operative word. You need 5 minutes to conclude.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to ask for 5 more minutes for the honourable member to conclude his speech.
Honorable Minister, you may continue to conclude.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Speaker, every time you get a light bill, the real cost that you should be paying is not reflected there. Because of government's intervention, 30% of your light bill is being paid by the government. 30%. Mr. Speaker, I want to continue to explain to the people of Guyana, while the boisterous 12 continues to want to be heard, the place where they should have been heard was at the street corners in the run-up to September 1st, but the people didn't listen to them. They reduced their numbers, and they increased our numbers. We are continuing the measure of ensuring taxes are calculated on containers shipped into the country at pre-COVID levels and not at the current cost, ensuring that we could reduce the cost of commodities on the shelf. And by the way, if we did not take off VAT on essential food items, only God knows what would have been the prices here because of the hardship that was imposed on the Guyanese people by the APNU-AFC. Mr. Speaker, we are continuing. And you know, reading the budget is very important. If I go back to the budget book, page 3, go to it. Personal income tax anticipated to be collected, $71 billion. So we're going to finance this budget by collecting personal income tax, $71 billion. But we are giving to the people of Guyana $60 billion. Keep quiet and learn. Personal income tax, $71 billion. In the cash grant, allocations in this budget, $60 billion. Thank you, Minister of Finance. Thank you, President Ali. Thank you, VP Jagdeo. Thank you, Team PPPC, for thinking about people and putting people first. You know why I went there? We don't add burdens. We add benefits. We take away burdens and we give benefits to people. So, Mr. Chair, Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the opportunity that I had to educate my colleagues in the House and the people in Guyana why we theme this budget putting people first. Because everybody in Guyana will benefit from Budget 2026, including members of the opposition. Including the members of the opposition. Guyana is our country. We must be patriotic. We must have national pride. And we all must work together. It would appear that some members of the opposition got problems with enforcement. I heard that word about 8 times in a speech. Well, let me tell you what's real enforcement. When the lawless behaves lawless, law and order steps in. The gentleman who refused to move his derelict vehicles has paid the $4.4 million for the removal so he could get back his trucks that he used as a barricade. And that is the penalty for lawlessness. We have no difficulty with enforcement. And all those who don't want to follow the law will have to face the consequences of breaking the law. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, you have one of the most responsive governments that has ever been in place. The ministers are accessible. You can go into any ministry and engage. And I guess what we need to do is spend more time educating people on what is in the budget for them. But we continue to work, and we continue to be transparent and open and accommodating. Minister Singh, Team PPPC, I support Budget 2026, and I call upon all members of this Assembly and all of Guyana to support this budget that is putting people first and will bring about real transformation in Guyana and make this country a better place. God bless you and thank you very much.